morning, my fellow Americans. I want to talk to you guys about the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin and all the craziness surrounding it right now. Because they're talking about, they want to put sanctions on him, that he's a traitor, possibly treason, right? About Tucker Carlson, a journalist who went over there and did journalism, right? He went over there and interviewed the leader of Russia. That's what you're supposed to do as a journalist. I would think every journalist would want to interview every single leader of every single nation. Whether they like them, dislike them, agree with them, disagree with them, you'd want to do this as a journalist, right? If I was a journalist, I'd want to. I'd interview every single leader, every single top general, every single right-hand man, right? Every important person that moves gears in the world. I want to hear what you have to say, right? And it's really weird that they don't want us to hear the interview. They didn't want this to happen, meaning the media and our government. And the worst thing that they can tell you is, hey, you're not allowed to listen to the other side. Like, I believe in diplomacy. You understand? Like, to understand something, you have to hear both sides. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. Doesn't mean you have to like the country. Doesn't mean you have to like the person. Any of these things. But you would want to hear both sides, right? Like anything, right? Even in life. If you have little kids and one is crying, you want to hear both sides, right? You tell, hey, he pushed me, right? Well, you ask both of them, did you push him? Why? Right? All kinds of stuff. It's like basic common sense, in my opinion, right? Now, me personally, I'm very pro-American. I'm an American, proud American, right? But I am also pro-Russian, believe it or not. And why is this? Because I honestly believe that Russia is America's biggest and most important ally. In secret. Not publicly, but in secret. World War I, we were allies. World War II, we were allies. And then came the Cold War and the communist scare, right? And all this stuff. But nothing really ever happened, right? But everything, even during the Cold War, we did it together. We launched things to space together. Nuclear weapons together. Power plants. Everything we did, they did. Everything they did, we did. Right? I really believe we are allies, man, because the United States can't control the entire world. We don't have enough people. We don't have enough equipment, ships, and planes to control the entire world. Therefore, I believe the world is separated into two sections. One side, the United States controls and manages. On the other side, it's Russia that controls and manages. Because bordering them is China. India is there as well. Those two countries together are more than half the fucking world's population. And it's crazy, right? And you have like 2 billion Muslims, right? And Russia is actually a Christian white nation, a Christian Caucasian nation that's very diverse. Reminds you of another country? It reminds you of us, right? Another white Christian country with a large variety of people. So even though Russians are primarily, they're the primary or the largest number of people in Russia, but they have everything over there, just like we have every type of person in the United States. So there used to be a red telephone at the White House that as soon as something happened, that red telephone was Russia, the president, right? They pick it up and those are the only two people on that damn phone. No one's allowed to use that phone. Well, they said, oh, we're taking out the red phone. Publicly, they showed it on news and stuff. Oh, we're going to get rid of the red phone. No, you guys just upgraded the phone. You guys probably just changed the color and upgraded it, right? Because as soon as something beeps on the radar that looks suspicious, they pick up that phone. Hey man, did you guys launch something? No, that's a comet. Or that, that's something coming in from space. Oh, okay, got it. Right? Because you have to do that. It's another powerful country with large capabilities. You have to remain in contact with them. But I find it funny that fourth branch of government, the media, they don't want you to hear both sides. They don't want to give you all the information, right? Like our presidential elections are coming up. You're not seeing Joe Biden going and making long speeches the way he's supposed to, like every president has done prior to him, like he did the first time before he became president. He's making absolutely no long speeches. He's not debating, right? He's not debating anybody. And because of that, Trump isn't debating anybody. But we, the people, we want to hear both sides. We might like this guy over that guy, or we might dislike both, or whatever it is. But we still want to hear both sides. Right? And fourth branch of government is the one that's supposed to supply us with that information. They're the link between the people and government so that we know how to make decisions. Informed decisions, right? How to vote, why I'm voting for something, or why I support or don't support something, right? And saying support and don't support. I'm not supporting the war in Ukraine. I'm not okay with that. Don't misunderstand me when I say, like, I'm pro-Russia. I'm pro-Russia in the sense that I want to see Russia doing good. Because when Russia does good, America's doing good. The world is also doing good. I want to see America doing good because then we are doing good. And America is doing good, then usually other countries are doing good as well. But there's obviously power plays here going on, and a lot of diversion and psyops and trying to confuse the masses, right? Like I said, man, it's a big red flag when they say, oh, you shouldn't listen to this person. You shouldn't hear them. That's a big red flag that they're manipulating you. And the worst thing is, if you listen to the other side, you might actually start realizing that you're being manipulated. You're being told, right? Nothing's being explained. You're being talked to, talked down to, told, right? Rather than informed. So it's a big red flag, man. And like I said earlier, man, everything they said that's Russia is corrupt in this way and is doing all these things and this is why they're corrupt. Those things are not happening over here in America, man. Right? All the corruption, like all the stuff happening to Trump, right? Going into his house about the papers and like militarizing like our CIA and FBI and NSA and all this stuff, and they're trying to like, dude, that's what you guys were saying Russia does to political opponents, right? And that's just one way. That's just one. I could go on for hours and give you so many examples, and I can prove my point. I believe I can prove my point that Russia is the United States' biggest ally in secret, not openly, in secret. They're like two brothers behind closed doors. But as soon as the doors open, they portray animosity and dislike for each other. That's my opinion. Solo Yolo Bolo. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about that or say about that.